done this hundreds of times.
Again. Breaker.
How may I help you?
Engaging hostile target.
I'll cover you, sir.
What? What happened? Come on, pin him down!
Violence protocol. Engaged. Arm hit badly.
Killed him! Cover me! You're getting torn apart up there! Get back! Always gotta fight back. Yeah, do it again! Tired yet? I've done this hundreds of times. You think you'll be any different? Ain't nothing. Dad, you hear me? now, rookie. Just get warmed up over here!
Enemies over here! Violence protocols engaged!
Provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification.
I'll cover you, sir.
October 23rd. Authorities detected the following cities affected.
Back up over here!
New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection. This has been an emergency action notification.
Just die!
Is a message from the Commonwealth Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, 23rd, attack had commenced in the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek
Engaging
You'll run
hostile
out of
targets.
bullets at some point!
radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected a nuclear attack.
Go!
I'll cover you, sir.
The following cities affected include,
It's
but
over!
are not limited to,
Get out!
Washington, D.C., New York.
Good yet.
Alert message that can provide protection from radioactive.
Time for you to perish. Violence protocols engaged. I'll take care of that.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. alert message. Immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth.
What the fuck was that?
Emergency alert system.
You are so dead.
Saturday, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced. The following cities affected, but are not Washington, D.C.
Can you see them, sir?
Protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States.
On her.
Engaging hostile targets.
Get him.
Never fear, sir. We'll emerge victorious. That's the last of them.
Include, but are not limited
Down
to,
your weapons and submit to authority.
Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C.
Careful, sir. I don't think we're alone. I was in using race. Did you hear
Alert message.
that?
Radioactive fallout. Emergency action notification.
Lost, but not forgotten.
This morning, Saturday, October 23rd,
Drop him.
Continued resistance is unlawful.
radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification.
Time to end this.
Take him out.
October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington,
I'll come. I've lost sight of my target.
This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 20th,
Warning.
authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities
Fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend.
Come on.
Fugitive has been located. Commencing attack. Your cooperation.
This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth
Requested.
Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include
Hey.
D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System.
Apologies. I think I've lost them.
Following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency message,
Resistance is futile.
Let's do this, Metal Man.
This has been
What?
23rd.
Yes! You hear me?
Emergency alert message
Well done, sir.
fallout. This has been an emergency action notification.
Find anything useful?
This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification.
No sign of them now.
Approach and identify
This is a
yourself.
message from the Commonwealth of
Law-abiding
Massachusetts
citizens
Emergency
will
Alert
not
System.
be harmed.
This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout.
You don't look like one of the Rust Devils. What are you doing here?
What did the Rust Devils do to you?
They felt that by keeping my head online would prove useful to them. Fortunately for me, They're stupid enough to actually believe anything I say. Admittedly, it hasn't gotten me very far, but it has saved me from the same fate as my rather unfortunate comrades you see in pieces around you. Now, back to my original question. What are you doing here?
Hunting down a radar beacon.
A radar beacon? How very interesting. That's a very specific part to be searching for, and you don't look like the typical part scavenger type to me. I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
How could I possibly help you?
Willing to listen? How surprising. I'll take that as a gesture of good faith as I describe our potential bargain. Now, how can I put this as simple as possible so someone at your processing speed can understand? In order to find the mechanist, you're going to need access to the facility. I'm willing to provide said access, but you'll have to fulfill two simple conditions. One, you need to get me as far away as you can from these lunatics. And two, find me a new body. Once both conditions are satisfied, I'll gladly provide you with everything you need. Do we have a deal?
How do I know you'll keep up your end of the bargain?
Even though there's a human brain floating in a biogel inside my head, I'm still bound by my original programming. It pains me to admit it, but one of my directives states that I cannot lie. Ever. So, while I'm not the most charming robot you've ever encountered, the last thing I'm going to do is violate an agreement we've made. Now that we have that out of the way, do we have a deal?
Deal.
A wise decision. Once we're at our destination, I'll happily relinquish my radar beacon as a gesture of good faith. Now, I strongly suggest you stop loitering in the middle of a hostile location and get us both out of here at once. the tripwires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you.
Shit. Must have scared him off.
This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack was against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. If you are receiving this emergency alert message, immediately seek shelter that can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification.
You really are taking the path of most resistance here, aren't you?
Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States. The following
Commencing attack on hostile target.
D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston. That can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert. This morning, has been an emergency action notification.
Engagement with multiple hostiles.
From the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Based on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
Cities affected include, but are not limited to, Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Boston.
This is the one that ripped my head off. I demand we rip her head off. It's only fair.
Can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This morning, Saturday, October 23rd, authorities detected that a nuclear attack had commenced against the United States.
Scans detecting sensor life. Alert level elevated.
New York, Philadelphia, and Boston.
Yes.
Washington, D.C.
Had I a body, I would have killed her myself. Oh well, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Good job, human.
That can provide protection from radioactive fallout. This has been an emergency action notification. This is a message from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Emergency Alert System. This
Thank goodness we are out of that hole. Don't think your job is done. I refuse to cooperate until you provide a body that meets my standards.
Hey,
I'd be...
here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
What else do you know about them, Ada?
Quite simply, it's the first time General Atomics produced a successful union between organic matter and robotics. The brain is used both as a control unit and a data storage unit, which is far more efficient than using standard circuits. Unfortunately, there were a lot of programming issues with these robots, which caused them to be a bit, shall we say, unhinged. Hopefully, this particular robo-brain will have some of the answers that we've been seeking.
A union of organic matter and robotics? Sounds an awful lot like a synth.
Not at all. The robo-brain was built with a very different design philosophy in mind. General Atomic's intent was to use the human brain to augment the robot's functions, primarily to accelerate the decision-making process. Free thought and individuality was never intended. These were expressly built like soldiers, to follow orders without question. The robo-brain's unfortunate tendency towards violence and aggression should be considered more of a malfunction than a calculated decision.
Now that you have the final radar beacon, will it be enough to track down the Mechanist's location?
I certainly hope so. I've already started the calculations while we've been having this conversation. That still doesn't explain why you need that head back.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Don't be ridiculous. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't have gotten this far already.
That's kind of you to say. Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been failing in my duties. I chose the route we took the day we were attacked. Perhaps if I had selected an alternate route, they'd still be alive. Sometimes I wish that Jackson had programmed me with my personality mode set permanently to disabled.
Your personality defines you as an individual. Never let that go.
You're right. All of the good memories I've experienced being Ada would be lost if my personality mode was shut down. I can't afford to lose them. I really think I needed to hear that from someone else. Thank you. Now I've distracted you for long enough. I'll finish up my calculations while you deal with our new friend, Jezebel. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant us access to the Mechanist's facility and we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all.
Moving out. On me.